Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the LifeVantage Opportunity Webinar. Thank you for bearing with us through technical difficulties. We're just going live on Zoom, but thank you so much for joining us tonight. Whether you're seeing this for the very first time or you're a repeat viewer, we want to thank you for spending your time on a Tuesday night. And let us get into really what we're here about and how we became your presenters. I am Dr. Dondee and Marci Nettles. I am a former chiropractor and AM talk radio show host, and Marci will tell you a little bit about her background. But when I first saw this information that we're going to be sharing with you a little over 10 years ago, I was at a crossroads in my life. I was very successful in a professional capacity. We had the fourth largest practice in the state of Arizona. Just simply meant we were seeing between 350 and 500 patients a week and doing very well with that. Had an AM talk radio show host every week on Saturdays from noon to 1. And my background is health education and empowering people to be their best. Well, fatherhood changed everything. And when my son was born in 2006 and I had 80 to 90 hours a week outside my home, it didn't really make for a happy fatherhood relationship. And for people looking at me from the outside, professional, doing well in business, they thought, but what you didn't know is I was suffering in private, trying to be a father and having no capacity to. And this information that we're going to share with you tonight, a year after I saw the information and put it into practice, into my life, I was able to sell my chiropractic practice and get off the radio and be a full-time stay-at-home dad. And for the last 10 years, that's exactly what I've done. And I met this most amazing woman, my wife Marci, through this business. And now we are stay-at-home parents. We're stay-at-home grandparents, and we run a global business operating in 20 countries right here from our home office. And if that inspires you in any way, I would love to share with you how we do this. But tell us about you.
Okay, well, so I'm a first-time network marketer, which many of you out there might be in the same shoes I was when I first learned about this opportunity. I was actually a police officer for almost 10 years before I learned about LifeVantage. I loved my career. I chose it for a reason because it was exciting and I could get paid really well to be able to help support my kids. What I didn't like about it, though, is that when I went through the law enforcement academy, my kids were only 6 and 9 years of age. So I had to make the same difficult decisions that many of you have to make on a daily basis. When you go to work to pay your bills, and when are you home to be the parent to the children that you decided that you wanted, right? Well, I decided that I was going to work graveyards so that I could be home when my kids got home from school so I could help them. But what I found out was that even though I was home with them, I was always fully exhausted. So I was never fully present. So I missed out on a lot of their growing up years. Something else that I didn't like is that I realized really fast and hard, unfortunately, that when you have a job where you have to give your time to someone else that's going to tell you what it's worth before they'll sign their name on a paycheck, before you can pay your bills, you're never fully in control. And something can come along and take you away from what your career is or your job is at any time. That happened to me in August of 2009 when I was in a car accident on duty that ended my career that fast. I was rear-ended by a lady that wasn't paying attention, and I ended up needing surgeries for my spine, and I also had a brain injury. I ended up going through a lot of loss. I lost a marriage that was already bad because of poor finances, lost a house. I was kind of losing my mind, but I ended up on a lot of prescription medication because I ended up really depressed. And what ended up happening is warning labels on those prescription bottles said may cause suicidal tendencies, and the combination of everything that was going on around me, I had 4 suicide attempts before very dear friends of mine saw this information and they thought of me. When I saw this info that we're going to share with you tonight, I had hope for the first time in 18 months since my accident that there was a purpose for me again, but even more importantly for me at that time, that I could have my body working again, that I could have mental clarity and focus and having my brain working again, and that I could be the mom that I wanted to be. And what ended up happening is so much more than I had ever expected. You know, we now get to work from home 24/7 together with thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world that have become like family to us, that we love and care about. And we have so many big goals and dreams, but every single one of them include you. Because the more of you that we can help accomplish your goals, the more that we will be able to accomplish ours, and the more we'll be able to serve. So we're super excited to be with you here tonight to share with you the Ultimate Biohacker's Guide and how you can take control of your own biology with LifeVantage.
Absolutely. We're living in now in 2019, moving forward, what they call the new gig economy. And the companies that you see on your screen there are all embracing one thing: mobile phone technology. Whereas people used to have to call a cab and wait 45 minutes. Now Uber can take you from point A to point B literally in minutes and do all the financial transactions for you. And from the other side, the entrepreneurial side, people can use their car that they're once just sitting collecting dust in the garage when they're not using it now to be a profit center and an entrepreneurial effort. Same with Airbnb. People that used to have guest rooms that were going unslept in now are becoming entrepreneurs with their cell phone technology and capitalizing on people wanting to spend the night in other places other than hotels. And it's been an amazing source of the entrepreneurial spirit and the elevation of people into another business capacity. Well, Facebook has literally changed everything. Let's be honest, 2.2 billion people every day communicate on this platform. It's changed the way we communicate as human beings. And Amazon, it's changed the world. E-commerce has literally changed the world. So why do we mention this capacity? Because why we love our Amazon Prime and our 2 days free shipping, it's the convenience. When you can run a global business using the same convenience and technology that you see here on your screen, it opens up a world for you in ways that we never saw.
So this type of technology is not the only technology that's out there. There's also new technology around health and wellness where you can actually take control of your own DNA for an optimal outcome. And it's called Nutrigenomics. This is, LifeVantage is at the forefront of this new technology, and it's super exciting because what it is it's the scientific study of the interaction of nutrition and genes, especially with regard to prevention or treatment of disease. So we're going to be sharing a lot of third-party validation with you tonight, starting here with the Today Show. They said the latest trend in nutrition isn't a fad diet or newly discovered supplement, it's your DNA. And Fox News said nutrigenomics is changing everything. Where we once thought we were powerless is now an area over which we have at least some control. The ability to use nutrition to affect our genes means that we're no longer at the mercy of our own DNA. That's massive, guys. And what's even bigger than that is the projected market that nutrigenomics is expected to have being over $17 billion by 2023. And again, LifeVantage is at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
With this being at the forefront and using nutrigenomics, we now have choices that we didn't have before. We were voluntarily hijacking ourselves. And if you don't know what that is, taking over something and using it for a destructive purpose. But this was happening to us 24/7 physically, people having now 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet because their one job they used to have doesn't do it anymore. So they're putting themselves in physical stress. How about emotionally? When the money runs out and there's still a week left in the month, it causes a lot of emotional problems. And it's the #1 leading cause of divorce nowadays. Biochemically, look in your pantry, look in your refrigerator and read some labels. If you can't pronounce it and it sounds like a chemistry lab, it probably shouldn't be in your body. And then look up in the air, the toxins that are in the air with our smog and the chemtrails and all kinds of other stuff and groundwater being polluted. It's happening around the world. With Wi-Fi, with cellular phone technology, there's EMFs everywhere too. Well, now we have a choice, a healthy one, an educated one, a scientific one, where literally we can take control of our own biology and become the best versions of ourselves down to the genetic level using, again, what Marci said, nutrigenomics. So if you're not familiar with that term, it's a brand new buzzword, but it's the research on how nutrients and natural compounds affect our genes. Watch this 2-minute video where our company has released into the marketplace 2 breakthrough technologies that embrace this scientific breakthrough.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a 1-2 punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging. by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. LifeVantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger, naturally. LifeVantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
Wow, watching that video just makes me feel good. And that's what we're here to share with you guys tonight is information on products that are going to help you look, feel, and perform better. You know, starting with 6 specific markets that are already having $600 billion spent in them on a yearly basis. So we're not here to ask you to spend money that you're not already spending. We're just looking to show you where you can actually reallocate dollars that you're spending into things that just might be a little bit better for your body and for the environment. Starting with the anti-aging field, it's a $300 billion market. Skincare is over $121 billion. Hair care is over $85 billion spent every single year. Pet care, this is big. We love our pets, right? $67 billion is spent taking care of our family members that have hair and fur. And then energy, whether it's coffee or it's energy drinks, over $50 billion is being spent every single year. And this last one here, this one's actually really on the low side. It's much higher than this, but weight loss, $37 billion is being spent every single year.
So let's talk about how it all started. And it came down to the 5 herbs that you see at the bottom put together in this amazing product called Protandim, the NRF2 Synergizer, where we're literally talking about cellular efficiency. What this product has been shown to do is lower oxidative stress, which you may or may not be familiar with that term, but if you're breathing oxygen, you're being affected by it. Oxygen is in the air that we breathe. So it reduces this stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. And in doing so, supports the natural cellular repair and rejuvenation of your cells. Again, it is helping with cellular efficiency. What we have found in research, and not we, actually, what scientists have found, is that it extends the median life of mice by 7%, according to the National Institute on Aging. They did a 10-year retrospective study on this, and it's the first and only natural supplement ever proven to do that, extend life. And the thing I love about this the most is the third-party credibility. If you see in your bottom right corner, the BSCG, the Banned Substances Control Group, so that collegiate NCAA, professional, and Olympic athletes do not have to worry about their gold medals, championship rings, or college careers in taking this product. That's good enough for them, it's good enough for us, and the NSF, the absolute gold standard in consumable human products. Now, don't take my word for it. Independent research, over 24 of them published to date, funded and initiated by third-party endorsements and universities like Harvard, as you can see below, or the Ohio State University, Virginia Commonwealth, just to name a few, and published in Tier 1 peer-reviewed journals like the Journal of Free Radical Biology and Medicine and Circulation, the American Heart Association journal. First time ever a supplement was published there. But you don't have to, if you're not a research person and it doesn't really make sense to you, don't worry about it. It's in the media like crazy. NBC profile that was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal, this breakthrough technology, as Marci said previously on the Today Show. ABC News did a primetime investigative report, which Marci will share with you a little bit later. It was on PBS Health Quest, an entire series devoted to this one product. And Dr. Phil had Donny Osmond, the 60s, 70s childhood star, and is now the #1 show in Las Vegas with his sister Marie, came out on Dr. Phil's show and said it was the fountain of youth and mentioned the product by name and actually held up a bottle. But for those of you who are looking at this as the business interest, the intellectual property, and the patents, there's patents to protect this business, 7 of them, as you can see, domestically. Now, that's what started it. The sister product that came out, Protandim, the NRF1 Synergizer, first dealt with cellular efficiency. This deals with cellular energy. So if the cells are working more efficiently and you have more energy provided to those cells, what do you have? Now you have a better energy and better efficient body. You are simply made up of your cells. What does this do? It enhances cellular health down to the peak level of performance at what is called the organelle level, which are mitochondria. It's literally like the engine of a car. The mitochondria is the engine of your cells. It boosts the production of the mitochondria and the energy that they create as a result. Again, look at the 5 ingredients, again, natural ingredients on the bottom, and there's that banned substances control group and NSF certifications again in the sister Protandim product. Now let's talk about digestive system, because it's not what you eat that matters. It's what you digest that matters. You can be spending all kinds of money on great nutrition, but if you're not digesting it properly, you're just creating expensive bowel movements. So we've got to deal with the issue at hand, which is why we formulated this product called ProBio. It is a probiotic, but it's unlike any that you've ever seen or heard of before in 2 ways. It doesn't require refrigeration. And second, it's round and has a coating on it called BioTract. It is also fortified with something called Wellmune, and this enhances your immune system function. But I want you to pay close attention to the circle graphs you see at the bottom. 60% on the left versus 4% on the right. What does that have to do with? Typical probiotics, when taken by mouth, are neutralized in the stomach because it's an acidic environment. 96% of it is usually neutralized, and only 4% gets down into your lower bowels and the lower intestine where it belongs, versus ours, 60% makes its way down there because, again, that round shape and the Wellmune and the BioTract coating that brings it down there. So it helps repair leaky gut syndrome and things like that as well. Very, very important to be fortified properly. Now let's talk about your brain and your heart, arguably the 2 most vital organs of your entire body. We address them directly with Omega Plus. This product deals with the omega fatty acids, 3 and 7. You notice I didn't say 6 because 6 is usually rancid and it's unnecessary, and we get most of it from the fried foods that we shouldn't be eating in the first place. Omega Plus, a wonderful product for the immune system, wonderful product for the brain and cardiac function because it supports those at the cellular level. Omega 3s, again, free fatty acids, incredible building blocks with their EPA and DHA for your heart and cardiac function and your brain and cognitive function. But the thing I love about this the most is our quality control standard that goes into it. Literally from boat to bottle purity, where we know exactly what cold water ocean, unpolluted and healthy fish it came from. Because if it's something that you want to be taking, and fish oil is something very, very common, people know about it, but guess what? If you've ever had those fish oil burps, they suck and no one likes them. So it's important to have purity, non-rancid fish oil, and we have natural lemon flavoring, so no fish oil burps for you, which is super important. So there you go. That is what we call our vitality stack, or our daily core 4, where we're talking about cellular energy, cellular efficiency. We're talking about microbiome or proper gut tube, and brain and cardiac function. Round out your entire body health right there with our vitality stack. Now, Axio. Who doesn't need food for their brain? We're not talking caffeine either, though it's important. This is smart energy. So it's not about Monsters and Rockstars and Red Bulls and how many of them we can get in our bodies for the crash. It's about smart energy. What's the difference? A caffeine jolt or a better efficiently working brain by giving it the energy it needs so it can give you the energy you need. That's exactly what we're dealing with here. Brain food. It improves mental endurance, mental acuity, concentration. How about focus? And memory retention. Oh my gosh, it does it by making sure that your neurotransmitters are balanced and reducing mental fatigue and brain fog. Has anyone ever walked into a room and go, what'd I come in here for? You need this if that's ever been your case. So it increases your mood. How many people need a more positive mood right now in this world? I can think of billions of them. Clean, low calorie, low carb, vegan. Yes, I said vegan. BSCG approved again. Can you see a consistency in our products here and their third-party endorsements? No artificial flavors, no artificial colors, and guess what? No artificial sweeteners. You don't need any of that in your body, and it's sugar-free, GMO-free, and gluten-free. You know what I love about it the most? We have a caffeinated formula and a decaffeinated formula, so no human, big, little, or otherwise, is exempt from this.
Good stuff. All right, guys, so you can see why we're so excited. We're going to carry this excitement into what's going to help you really accomplish your fitness goals this year. It's our it's even more smarter physique system that has just been rebranded. Super, super excited about this. This is our smart weight management system that, together with a healthy diet and exercise, they work as a comprehensive system that helps you to slim down, feel better, and stay that way. So it's got a physique prebiotic that helps you actually feel less hungry. It promotes a healthy gut environment with probio for a healthy digestive system, and it helps maintain balanced blood sugar levels. The fat burn is one of my favorites. It actually targets the visceral fat, and it uses it for energy. It helps to support continuous and prolonged fat burning, which is what we want, right? More energy again, and it helps to support weight management. And then our physique protein, this is super important. It has been increased to 18 grams per serving of protein to help you feel full longer. It also helps you to develop lean muscle mass, and it delivers, sorry about that, amino acids to your blood to encourage new muscle growth and speed up your workout recovery. Super important. Plus, it's got 1 gram of sugar per serving. And yes, this is a real person. This was just in 6 weeks, and we have a new challenge going on. So if you're curious, please ask the person that invited you here. So true science is one of my favorite lines that we have, okay? Because our skin and our hair is the most important things to some of us, right? So when we're talking about our skin, True Science beauty system is really a True Science skincare system because it's good for men and women. This is the first ever to come to market that is NRF2 activated, that actually helps your skin to heal itself. So you're activating your skin's capability to reduce those fine lines and wrinkles. It helps to protect your skin from all of the effects of the sun, the environmental assaults that are coming at it on a daily basis. It's going to help you have a more youthful appearance. As you can see here, there's the amazing reports, younger looking skin, their skin felt smoother, brighter and more luminous, more moisturized and hydrated skin. And you see that Think Dirty number up at the top left. Think Dirty, it means it's clean and green, meaning it's clean for you, good for you, and good for the environment, all right? So let's move on to the next True Science regimen system, and that's our hair care system. This is super exciting. Again, it's clean and green. You can see down at the bottom there, we've got ratings of 1s and 2 with our hair care system, and we actually won an award for our scalp treatment. Why is that important? Because again, what goes on your body goes down the drain, so we've got to look out for our environment. These products are also mindfully formulated with the NRF2 ingredients to protect you against environmental assaults. It helps your scalp be nourished because your scalp's health is going to determine the health and the beauty of your hair. As you can see there, we had an 8-day consumer study where 58% less hair breakage was reported, 44% increase in hair shine, 39% increase in hair volume, 57% reduction in scalp dryness, and 39% reduction in hair damage and frizz. So super excited about this. And then we come to our canine friends, our family members with 4 legs. This is basically Protandim NRF2 in a dog formula. It's Pet Tandem. So it's going to slow down the rate at which your dogs are aging, while it's also helping them with a shinier coat, increasing their playfulness, having more energy. It also supports their joint health, hearing, and eyesight. This Pet Tandem product is the first supplement ever for dogs that's formulated to combat that oxidative stress or the damage to their cells through NRF2 activation, and you can only get it through LifeVantage.
There you go. Your entire biohacking catalog right there. Take your pick. Vitality Stack and our other lines there. So get back to the person who invited you here. Tell them how big of a biohacker you want to be and how much of your body you want to take care of forever. There you go. Choose your level of biohacking right there, from our Protandim NRF2 all the way up.
All right, guys, so let's talk about the business side of this, because now you see why we're so excited about the products that we have to offer, and you can only get them here. They're unique, they're consumable, and that's where the business opportunity comes in. So LifeVantage has been around and had products sold since 2003. We were actually on store shelves with our NRF2 product for quite a few years before that ABC Primetime investigative report came out. It did us a favor because while it was sitting on the store shelves, it couldn't talk and nobody understood the technology, so it did not sell. But when that ABC Primetime aired, we had millions of dollars of orders almost overnight. And we had tons of phone calls start coming into our corporate office by researchers and scientists that wanted to use our finished product, Protandim NRF2, in their studies that they were conducting in universities and labs around the world. That's where all that science and third-party validation that Dondee already shared with you came from. So you can go and check that out for yourselves. But what happened is that they realized that what we have is exactly what the world needs, and yet we needed to find a better route to be able to get it into their hands. So in 2009, that's when we decided to switch from retail into network marketing, having people just like Dondee and me and maybe you share this information with the people that you love and care about to be able to share it. So we've been publicly traded since the very beginning. We're currently on NASDAQ. Our ticker is LFVN. Please go and check us out. We are, I think we're close to 500% increase over last year. Okay, guys, 500%. That's 500.
Right.
Big deal. Go check us out. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. And a lot of it has to do with the amazing leadership that we have at our corporate offices. Well over 100 plus years combined that are leading us to the next marker, which is going to be a $1 billion company. These are the countries that we're currently open in. We are open in 12 markets, 15 countries, so those top 2 rows there. But as you can see, there's 5 countries in red, and these are the countries that we will be opening before the end of June 2019. Greece, Ireland, Spain, Belgium, and France. Then we have our global customer program down below. There's the 6 countries there, but as you can see, we've got Belgium down there, and a couple of the other ones I talked about opening. This is where they start. So this is where people in those countries can actually have our product shipped directly to them so that they can start having their product experience before we're actually even open to do business there. On top of that, you can add the mainland China flag to the global customer program as well, because we have people in China that are experiencing NRF2 activation and biohacking at their very homes in China. So being a first-time network marketer, I knew that I needed to make sure that if I was going to do this, that there was a system in place, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I needed a group of people that had already had success and knew how to help me do it. And that's what I found here with LifeVantage. I always had this laptop lifestyle dream that I could go and I could work wherever I wanted to, right? But LifeVantage has expanded that so much for me, because what they actually did is they created a cell phone lifestyle through social sharing and the LifeVantage app that was developed in-house. It's amazing. It's smart learning. The more we use it, the more it learns. It's getting ready to interface with social media outlets, and it's going to become very much like Google, the way that, you know, how when you search something on Google and then Facebook shows you ads for what you just Googled for. Well, our app is also going to start doing that once we interface with the social media outlet. So it's super exciting way to build your international business from wherever you are. But you still get to connect with a team. It's not just all technology based. You will always have a group of people around you that are interested in you being successful. You're in business for yourself, but you'll never be by yourself. We have amazing corporate, regional, and quarterly events. We actually just got done with our event last week in South Carolina, which was mind-blowing, such an experience. But these events, LifeVantage knows that we need to be refueled, and we also need the information updates, right? So we're super excited that in July, we'll also be going to Kansas City, and it's going to be LifeVantage's 10-year anniversary. So we hope that you guys will all come and celebrate with us in Kansas City in July. Just keep in mind, this is your business, so you'll be able to take control on your terms. Most people start in the nooks and crannies, and then they move into part-time, and once you hit the elite ranks or the top ranks, full-time is generally what happens. So moving on with a proven system is that you also get a replicated website where you can share information on the products, the company, the opportunity with your friends and family very simply from this free site. And on this same site, we have a super easy online shopping portal. So when you've spoken with people about specific products that they're interested in starting on, you can create a checkout system for them by making a shopping cart, sending it to them. All they have to do is fill in their personal information and payment info and check out. Just like that. But how about this? How about we make it even easier for them? How about you use the LifeVantage app where their information is already in there, and so it transfers right over and auto-populates. So when they get that shopping cart, all they need to do is put in the payment information, check out, Just like that, they'll have products on their way. Super easy. Check out. So network marketing, two of the things that a lot of people say is, number one, nobody makes any money in network marketing. And the second thing is that only people at the top make the money. So we're going to help alleviate those concerns. First of all, network marketers make a lot of money. There's a lot of money spent on products and services every single year in network marketing. In 2011, $158 billion was spent. 2017, that jumped up to $189 billion spent on services and products in the network marketing field. Think about this. On average, companies pay out 40% of every single dollar to the people that share the information. 40% of $189 billion is a lot of money being made by network marketers around the world.
So let's talk about the most important variable when we're talking about a business, and that is timing. So just like location is to real estate, timing is to business. Now you can see there's two separate curves there. I'm going to talk about them individually. I'm going to start with the red curve. That is called the diffusion of innovation bell curve. And has everything to do with how people embrace change or something they've never heard before. So if you see from left reading right, the innovators, 2.5% of people are the ones that are just daring enough to be the first people to experience something. Let's give you a real life example. What about the first iPhone? The iPhone 1. 2.5% of people that were cell phone users braved the lines and went and purchased something with no track record. Those are the brave people. Now, the next category, the early adopters, are the 13.5% of people that were watching the innovators to see what kind of an experience they had, see what kind of results they got on the phone. And when the iPhone 2 and 3 came out, a greater group of people joined in. That continued into the early majority. Look at the percentages of people. This is the entire population. 34% when the iPhone 4 and 5 came out. That's when I jumped on the Apple bandwagon. And then the 7, X, 8, 10, and all the others. Now it's the late majority. And I want you to look at the numbers here. So if you look at the early majority and the late majority, we're talking about the massive amounts of people. 2/3 of people make up that group. But look at the first category. Very few people want to be first. There's not very many daring people. But look at the late majority. Relatively nobody wants to be last. So that's just the applicability of the information. Now I want you to pay attention to the blue line, which is called the business S curve. Again, reading left to right, when we're talking about where it says early, that's where our company is. But Marci just told you, in July, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We've got 24 studies. We've got multiple products. We have a global population of people that want better health and to be able to make more money. The timing is relatively nobody knows who we are, but we're publicly traded. And like Marci said, we've grown 500% in the last year. So here's your opportunity. When you see where those two lines meet, and then you see that asterisk, if people get involved prior to the asterisk, they capitalize on this massive jump called momentum, where as you can see, it's where 80% of the growth happens. Not only the growth, but the compensation. So you see where we are, where it says early, the asterisk, we're not even anywhere near that. That is the size and the magnitude of your timing when you see this opportunity. So now let's get into how do we get involved? We call it fast tracking with a pack, where you've got a low startup cost, incredible upside potential, major solid earnings opportunity, and part-time to start. 95% or more of people that do this start it in their part-time because they're doing something else full-time. Well, let's look at our two options that we're going to mention to you as far as business builders. We have first our gold pack, which plus the start kit. I want you to look at the full price. almost $950 just of product for $650 plus tax. Shipping is free. You get the most popular of our products. You don't get the our entire product catalog. You get the most popular ones, but I want you to see what you get with the next step up. Our platinum pack and the starter kit, almost $2,000 of product alone for $1,250 plus tax. Again, free shipping, but there's one special thing that this comes with. It is a free ticket to our next corporate training. As Marci mentioned, it's like going to school to learn how to run your new business. But let's talk about the assets that come with both of these, which are basically free for you. There's no additional cost, but our corporate team, literally hundreds of years of people that have experience in network marketing. Our production facilities, so you're not mixing up anything in your bathroom. Quality control that is the best in the industry. Shipping department, so you're no home deliveries, guys. Customer service, we have an entire room of highly trained people to take care of any question that comes up. And oh my goodness, you saw how awesome that website looked. Plus the IT department to keep it looking beautiful and running right. Our advertising, marketing, and legal and compliance. So important when we're talking about consumable products. And the accounting department. Our checks are amazing. They're growing. And we have an events and promotions department. And all of that comes with your gold or your platinum pack. But now let's talk about, how do we make money? I want you first to understand how we do this. So first of all, when we're talking about the products, maybe there was some names that popped into your head. Don't discount those. Those are your network of consumers or your customers that want to be healthier. But how about people that you know that would like a little side hustle money, something to help ends meet, something to save their marriage, something to give them more financial liquidity? That's going to be your base of distributors, the people that are going to be your network of distributors. Well, we get paid two ways. We get paid upfront money or weekly money, and we get paid what is called a Smart Start bonus. 30 to 40% of the product value of the first order of people you sign up as customers or distributors back to you. And then we have launch bonuses to encourage people to work as a team to support each other so they can become what? Profitable. Profit is the entire goal of being in business anyway. Help people and make a profit. Now we get paid monthly. It's awesome getting paid weekly. It is even more awesome when you get paid monthly too, where we have royalty commissions, which averages 5% of overall volume month 2 moving forward. So it's extremely predictable. And we have what is called a generational matching bonus. Let me explain why that is revolutionary in this industry. So if you come into a business, and one of the other criticisms that Marci was talking about but didn't mention was, I tried that network marketing thing and no one helped me because they weren't incentivized to. We incentivize people to help you. So for example, when you enroll somebody, you helping them, you get 10% of what they make, matched by the company. And when those people enroll people, and those people enroll people, et cetera, 4 levels of an additional 5%, helping people work together as a team so no one gets left out and everybody benefits from it. That's amazing. And our rank bonuses. You rank advance, you get bonuses. And what I love is the global revenue sharing. There's obviously, when you join a network marketing company, there's something about your own team, but when you get benefit and percentage of profit of all that is sold in the entire world, that's what that bonus is. And we have an amazing program called LifeVantage, where we love to give away $25,000 gifts, like branded Jeeps and $25,000 checks are the 2 most popular. But let's talk about how far can you take this. And as Marci mentioned previously, we are a publicly traded company. So this is a matter of public record, and this is a legally binding document. I want you to look at what's called the monthly average. 3rd column, reading left to right, our monthly average from all of our ranks of distributors. Now, everybody can be average. Now, yes, we've got some people that exceed, and we've got some wonderful people, but let's talk about the monthly average because everybody can do that. From our distributor rank of $13 a month down to our executive master pro 10 at $110,000 per month. And that may just overwhelm you. So let's talk about some real numbers that will benefit the average family. Let's look at first our what we call our pro 3 rank, which is 5,000 in monthly volume, product volume coming into your business of points, which gives you an average of $580 per month of residual income. That's almost $7,000 a year. What would that do to your average family that you know of? Or how about, let's take it another step. Look at our Premier Pro 5, which is bringing, our Pro 5 businesses when you're now making about $30,000 a year or $2,500 and change per month. What would that do? That's a mortgage for most states in our country, paid for forever by helping you and your team build a 20,000 volume coming into your business every single month. Now, look at the elite rank of Pro 7, my favorite, because this is where freedom lies, guys. This is where freedom lies. This is where mom and dad can retire and be home with their kids the way we are blessed to, and have a residual income of what? $135,000 a year. You realize that's almost triple the 2 income average American household income in this country? That is life-changing right there. And you could take it all the way to the top. Marci and I have built a Pro 9 business, but we're not done. We want to help as many of you get to whatever number you like on that category. That will help us do what we were here for. So we all do this together, but that's how far you can take it. No.
All right. So now you guys know why we're excited.
Okay.
So we want to talk about lifeline options. And when we're talking about lifeline options, it means you're born, you die, that dash in between, right? What did you do with your time? Well, most of us are taught the traditional 40 to 50 year plan, or the 40 to 50 plan, where you are born and you grow and you learn going to school and make the decision on what you're going to do in the first 20 years. At that point, you decide, okay, am I going to go to college? Am I going to get a career? Am I going to get a job? And then you're going to spend 40 to 50 hours minimum every single week for 40 to 50 years minimum working for somebody else to earn a living, hoping to be able to retire. Many people think the retirement age is 65, but in reality, they've moved it up to 73. And so at 73, only 5% of people actually have the funds to be able to retire anymore, guys. Most people are working until they die. And those that can retire, life expectancy is 77 now. And so you might have 4 years to actually be able to live the life that you've wanted to live your whole life, right? Well, now with this information that we've shared with you, you have another lifeline option with LifeVantage. The first 20 years is exactly the same. And moving into a few years later, it's still the same because you need to get a job to be able to pay your bills because your parents don't want you living in the basements forever, right? But while you're doing this, if you did just make one more decision to start a leveraged income asset, that's meaning that it's willable for generation to generation for 4. You're building an asset. Spending nooks and cranny time, part-time, working with a team, earning while you learn. If you make the commitment to work hard for 5 to 10 years to earn that $110,000 a month, are you kidding me? That time's going to pass anyway, guys. 5 to 10 years is going to go. What do you want to have on the other side of 10 years from now? If I was starting right now and I was going to work really, really hard for 10 years to build up that leveraged income and hit 57 at 10 years, I would have 16 more years of retirement than anyone else does. To be able to live my life the way I want to, with who I want to, doing whatever we want to do, no matter what it costs, and being able to contribute to all of the different areas that pull at my heartstrings. That's the LifeVantage lifeline. That's what we're offering you tonight. So one thing I want you to make sure that you always remember is that you never want to put yourself in a position to where you're depending on a single income. I know what it feels like when it's taken away from you. You always want to make an investment of your time and effort, and yes, an investment of money to get started to create a second source. But why not do it with a company that believes this, that serving others and leaving a legacy is not just for a single individual or a home, it's for the world. We want to leave a worldwide legacy with LifeVantage. And these are just some of the organizations that we've partnered with over the past 10 years where we've made a difference. Currently, we're partnered with Families Helping Families, where we raise the money to build homes in Mexico, and we actually go down at the end of the year and build them. I believe we did 5 or 6 homes last year. So we're super excited to see what we raise this year for Families Helping Families. So guys, thank you so much for spending this time with us here tonight. We appreciate you. But more importantly, the person that invited you to see this information cares about you. Please get back with them and thank them. And then also let them know where you fall on a scale of 1 to 10. Are you at 8, 9, or 10? Oh my gosh, let's get you started. Earn while you learn, right? Or if you're a 5, 6, 7, let us know what you need to see or hear to move you further up in the scale so that we can also get you started today. If you're anywhere below that, or if you just don't see yourself as being a network marketer, that's okay. Make sure that you talk to the person that invited you here tonight to get your shopping cart set up so that you can become a biohacker working on your most optimal self. Plus, if you did think of anybody else that you know and care about that could use these products or might be interested in a business opportunity, please refer them to the person that invited you here tonight because they deserve to know this information as well. So again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate every single one of you, and
absolutely.
have a great night.
God bless.